Thursday night is when it's going to go down. Georgia Southern's going to play Southern Miss at Paulson Stadium, 8 p.m. and October 9th, Thursday. It's going to be a nationally televised game, and we're going to see if Georgia Southern can bounce back, make it to 500, and keep up with the prediction I thought that we was going to have. Now, my prediction, I thought that we was going to lose 3 games, and once we beat JMU, we was going to go on a run. And I did say 10-3. I think that was somewhat as a typo. So if they went out, it'd be 9-3. And it doesn't look like, to be honest, it doesn't look like that Georgia Southern probably going to win every single game from here on out because they haven't been looking the best. But I think they can get a good start if they do beat Southern Miss and, you turn around and play Georgia State. But we're going to talk about Southern Miss, give my thoughts on all of this, give my thoughts and opinions, and just go from there. Southern Miss is actually 3-2. I didn't know that. I didn't really follow their standings, but I know they're a pretty solid team. And going up against a couple of guys who want some revenge from last season, I'm pretty sure they're going to come into Paulson with that on their mind. We're talking about Coach Huff and their quarterback Braxton. They basically blew the game against us last season when it was at Marshall, and that game was pretty much dead in the water. And shout out to the defense and an unsung hero, a quarterback that is no longer with the team. We ended up coming back and winning that game, and that was absolutely amazing. Now we're going to have to do it again. Well, we're going to have to win the game against those two. And I'm not sure, to be honest, I'm not sure if we actually can do it. And also ESPN doesn't think it either. So if you look right here, the matchup predictor, you see this, even at home, we are the underdogs based on the ESPN matchup predictor. And I think we are a favorite. I'm sorry, Southern Miss is the favorite by 3.5 points. So that is really disappointing. Georgia Southern playing at Paulson, you would think that we would have I don't even want to say advantage because, when you're playing at Paulson, is actually a little different. It's not just an advantage, it's an experience. It is just a total situation where you're playing at home. And with this team, with someone that's been a letdown this past couple of games, well, pretty much the whole season, you're probably sitting there thinking, like, does that take into account? Well, I'm going to tell you personally, I think it does take into account. And I think Georgia Southern should win this game. Georgia Southern is not a bad team. I think the main thing is with coaching and actually play calling. The guys on the field aren't bad players. I mean, that's not the issue. It's just the fact that everybody's looking at the coaching like, why are you still here? And I'm going to be one of those people if we end up going 2-4. So I mean, that is what it is. Braxton is at 109 for 168, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's pretty impressive. He actually can run the ball as well. J.C. French is not too shabby himself. 85 of 142, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 7 touchdowns in 5 games is not nothing to really be honking your horn at. But the fact that the ratio was not too bad, and I guess the passing percentage could be better. When you're looking at the rushing yards, you have Pittman and Arnold. Both of them have over 200 yards. O.J. Arnold best him by 100 yards. And I think the X factor in this game could be our receiver. You see Camden Brown at 392, Chester's at 224. This guy Brown has a touchdown in every single game. And I think if we're going to be able to beat this team, we're going to have to put a lot of points on the board. I don't have too much trust in our defense that much. So I do believe that you keep J.C. French upright, try to get the ball to Brown and others. I think that will be the difference in the game. That doesn't mean that Southern Miss can't, counter and score as well. Because like I said, our defense isn't the best. And when you got a guy like this kid right here, Braxton, anything can happen. This kid can move, he can throw, he can make plays, and that's going to be a problem. But this does give us a warm up for the next player the next quarterback we have to play next week, which we'll talk about that next week. But when you look at a guy like Braxton, this is a guy that you want to try to keep in check. Defensively, Tyson is the leading tackler with 39. Jones almost, doubles him, tackles in half, basically, with him against 53. And the sacks are pretty much the same. You look at the full player stats. We can look at this really quick and what we got going on here. This is all conferences. Okay, I don't want to look at all that. I thought it was just full stats for both teams. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give you my thoughts. I honestly think Georgia Southern is in a lot of trouble with this game. I think Southern Miss is going to come in here and try their best to beat us, especially when you have a coach and a quarterback that looks at Georgia Southern like we let one get away last year. They let one get away. And the quarterback that beat them last year, is not on the team anymore. He's in Kennesaw State. So they kind of got a blueprint on what to expect, especially the coach. Kind of got a blueprint of what to expect out of JC French. And to be quite honest, there's not much change from JC French from last year to this year. So it's going to be somewhat of a tall task for us to try to get around what they got in store, because they got revenge on their mind. I'm almost certain that they do. There's no way about it. I mean, we snuck a game out of their back pocket. We really did. We stole a game from them. But when I look at Georgia Southern, it's not the players on the field. I truly believe it's not the players on the field. It's going to be those guys that are on the sideline that are calling plays or calling the right plays or the wrong plays, and we're going to be sitting there scratching our head like, can they get this right? Can they get the play calling right? Can they get, especially defensively, can we get guys in position to contain Braxton? Can we get guys in position to make plays? I don't know how to really feel about the secondary so much. I do think our secondary is fully intact. I think Josh Dallas is still out on offense. I think that's one of the big injuries we do have. But defensively, we do have pretty much all of our players. I think we're missing maybe one or two. I can't remember the injury report. But when you look at the defense, Coach Bailey's going to have to do something to contain this, because I'm going to tell you right now, if Southern Miss walks away with a victory against us in this game and we go down 2-4, I haven't really been on the Coach Clay Helton bandwagon, but I'm definitely going to be calling for him to probably be removed at this point. I mean, look, you lost 5 games last year and you're already losing 4. You be 2-4 when out of 6 games. It's going to be time to move on. And I'm not going to sit here and try to, defend any of this, because you really can't. You can't defend it up to now. But I do believe, like, when I look at this season, I did believe that we was going to be in this exact position after 5 games, losing to Fresno, losing to USC, losing to JMU, and then winning the other 2 games. I really believed that we was going to be in this position and we could make a run, because I do believe that the rest of the Sun Belt games can be won. But you got to take it one game at a time. And your first game that you're going to go up against trying to make this run is going up against a couple guys that really want revenge after what happened when they were at Marshall last year. Good luck with that, So I do believe that it could be done. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Georgia Southern can't win this game. I think they can, but it's going to be literally onto the coaches on the sideline. You can't get out coached in this game. You got to make a way to put your players in position to shut this game down early and let the offense flourish and make USM play catch up, or make them quit, and then we just punish them like we normally would do when we're playing at Paulson. Will that happen? I mean, look, man, honestly, this is pretty much on point. I give them about a 40 to 45% chance to win this game. I'm going to be honest. And like I said, it's not because of the players. It's because of what we got on the sideline. Coach Clay Helton's going to have to turn some things around. And as of right now, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Power of Paulson can maybe help. And, that's you got to have a spark somewhere. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It does look pretty dire right now. It does. But I knew it was going to be I felt like we was going to be in this position from day one. And hopefully they'll be able to turn this around to where they could go on a run and prove me right. Show me that you can go 9-3. Show me you can go 10-3. You got the team. You have the team to do it. It's just the coaching is the issue. There's nobody on this team that are like lackluster. We have a very, very talented team, but we've seen it too many times where it's not there. Guys are just out of position. Play calls are just abysmal. It's just not there. But I think that we can do it, but we'll see. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to get up out of here. I'll see you guys for the post game. I may do a video prior as well, but I'll see you for the post game when we talk about the ending of this game. All right, y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed. I'm out. Peace.